Hey everybody, it's time for the conclusion of this four-part series discussing the 2015 release of the CFPB's Consumer Protection Principles, CFPB's vision of consumer protection in new, faster payment systems. We're going to continue our discussion today with looking to see if real-time payments meets the expected principles outlined in the release. Last week we went through our first set of requirements. Today we're going to finish the list, so stay tuned. Number 6, access to any new faster system is broadly accessible to consumers. To ensure access and usability, systems are widely accepted by businesses and other consumers. They permit consumers access through qualified intermediaries or non-depositories such as mobile wallet providers and payment processors, except to the extent necessary to protect functionality, security, or other key user values. As I said in number 5, you don't have to be a member of the clearinghouse to use the real-time payments network. You do have to be a depository institution, and you do have to connect to the real-time payments network either directly or through some type of third-party service provider relationship. But the network, it's open to all that want to be able to join. Number 7, funds availability. Faster payments bring with them faster guaranteed access to funds, which decreases consumer risk of overdraft and decline transactions due to insufficient funds. Consumers, not just depository institutions or third parties, are primary beneficiaries of faster clearing and settlement. We already mentioned funds availability earlier. When a message is accepted, then immediate funds availability is required by the receiving participant. If they accept without posting, then they still have timeframes to meet in these unique circumstances. There are reasons why the funds probably shouldn't be made available immediately anyway. As far as overdraft and insufficient funds, it is a credit push-only network. You can only send what you have, and if a financial institution decides to allow sending of funds that aren't available in the account of the sender at the time that something is being sent, well, then they had better be sure to have full disclosures in place with that consumer of if there are going to be any charges for that. All right, number 8, security and payment credential value systems have strong built-in protections to detect and limit errors, unauthorized transactions, and fraud. These protections safeguard against and respond to data breaches. System architecture and rules enable gateway institutions to offer consumers enhanced security protections. Systems also limit the value of consumer payment credentials so that security breaches are of limited worth to fraudsters and minimally harmful to consumers. Credential value limits can be implemented with tokenization and other tools that impact the data transferred or stored in connection with the payment. Whew, that's a mouthful. Well, the clearinghouse has real-time payment information and security standards. It's a document, you can go read it. And the clearinghouse has the real-time information and security standards and requirements, as well as risk management and fraud control requirement schedules. These are open to the public. They're documents you can go download and read yourself. They outline the security requirements and risk management requirements for participants, including the clearinghouse as an operator. The customer information security standards have requirements like written information security programs for physical access to computer equipment and storage and media, including anything electrical, optical, and even physical media. They require things like logical access to programs, data, or any other aspect of the system that would permit access to consumer information. There's specifications for the firewalls to be used, for intrusion detection systems to be in the environment, and so much more. The risk management and fraud control requirements have things like multi-factor authentication requirements, fraud monitoring and fraud reporting, as well as many other areas. Without saying any more, I'd say they easily got this one covered. Last one, number 9. Strong accountability mechanisms that effectively curtail system misuse. The goals and incentives of system operators, participants, and end users align against misuse. Commercial participants are accountable for the risk, harm, and costs they introduce to payment systems and are incentivized to prevent and correct fraudulent, unauthorized, or otherwise erroneous transactions for consumers. Systems have automated monitoring capabilities, incentives for participants to report misuse, and transparent enforcement procedures. All right, we got this one. Because in addition to everything we have been mentioned throughout this video series, the risk controls, the fraud management requirements, the security requirements, and the system messaging capabilities, there is an extensive rules enforcement process in place. Real-time payments rules provide the clearinghouse comprehensive authority to prevent the real-time payment system from being misused, which includes the ability to enforce the real-time payments rules against participants, to be able to impose fines for rules violations, and, when necessary, to limit the conditions or can suspend or even terminate a participant or its customers. Whew, that's a long list, and it's turned out to be a long series, but it's been a fun ride. I hope you learned something from this. I'd ask you now that you know more about the principles that CFPB has laid out. Does the Real-Time Payments Network meet those principles? In my opinion, number 1, consumer control over payments. Check. Number 2, data and privacy. Check. Number 3, fraud and error resolution protections. Check. Number 4, transparency. Check. Number 5, cost. Check. Number 6, access. Check. Number 7, funds availability. Check. Number 8, security and payment credential value. Check. Number 9, strong accountability mechanisms that effectively curtail system misuse. Check. Wait, it's not a check. It's RTP all the way. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a fantastic Faster Friday. Please, as always, feel free to email me, kevin@paymentsprofessor.com. If you would like more, you can always go to our YouTube channel or the Payments Professor new and updated website, where we have additional courses and information available to serve and aid professionals like you to learn everything you need to know to advance your careers, get raises and promotions, and to do so while helping to protect your organization and those you serve.